a beautiful day. Gonna get a little bit done in the garage. Nathaniel will be out in a little bit. Well, what I'm gonna try to do today is work on the corners. If you can see it right here. I'm gonna cut this off, and then this part right here sticks out a lot more than I realized. I may have to trim it back further and then put some kind of a flat piece of metal to patch that corner around there. I'll show you what the other one looks like to kind of compare. The one off of my car obviously looks a lot different, and that's what we're trying to mimic here. So here's the one off of my car. You can see that it's the shape of this is quite a bit different. It doesn't stick out nearly as much and is not nearly as rounded as the one I've got. So I'm gonna mock up a tail light to make sure that it's not gonna get in the way, because the sport taillight has a wraparound like triangle piece right here that goes around the corner, and we've just got to make room for that. As long as it doesn't get in the way, I won't have to change Nathaniel's car too much, but I don't know yet. I have no idea what I'm doing. Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
We're gonna mock up the, now I got some extra hands out here. We're gonna mock up taillight over there on the stand and see if this is going to fit around that corner without having to cut too much metal away. So I'm going to have Nathaniel hold that up in place and we'll see what it looks like. Yeah, slide in the holes there. Yeah, that kind of works.
Well, well, yeah, we'll definitely have to cut this out.
Well,
actually,
this part right here, is it getting in the way?
it's this part right here. This part was like rubbing up against this because it sticks out a little bit.
Oh, where the
where
the light goes in.
So
I need to probably bang that in with a hammer.
Yeah,
right there.
Basically.
All right, so you were asking me how this went.
Mm-hmm.
Well, come here, I'll show you. I just started on the driver's side here. I went ahead and cut out that lip that was sticking out.
Yeah.
And so here's the flat spot welded part that's left. I'm gonna have to bang this in. And then down here in this bottom part, I'm gonna spot weld in the bottom of this, and so I needed some clean metal in behind it. Well, it's completely covered in seam sealer and rubber. As you can see, it's just completely caked on all the way over here.
Yeah.
So I couldn't sand it off. I don't want to melt it off. So I grabbed the grinder, and I literally have just been grinding on this forever, trying to get some clean metal for it to weld to. So it took a little bit to grind all that down, and I cleaned up this edge here. Cleaning this up because I think we're going to have to take these spot welds off up here. Take off this extra layer of metal that's on underneath to put on the new one. And everything I've done over here, we've got to duplicate over here.
Well,
Guess who gets to do that? You ready?
yep.
Let's go!
There we go. That just like popped right into place.
Huh. That's nice.
I know, right? That never happens. You can see I had to heat up the metal here and just kind of bang it in and dish it in a little bit because this little light that sticks out right here. We cleaned up all the metal. Down here, it's a pain in the rear.
Yeah.
So we had to grind all that out. That was a pain, wasn't it, bud?
That wasn't too bad, but yeah.
So we got some clean metal to weld on. I just need to clean up the metal on this. And then begin spot welding.
Mm-hmm.
This thing might be on here sooner than we thought.
Dang.
We'll take the clamps off.
I think I want to let it cool off.
It's cool.
Oh, alright.
Yep.
Look at that.
All right.
Hey.
Pretty tight.
Yeah.
It's just tacked in there for now.
First stable, it's a little weird here at the bottom.
That flexes a little bit because I haven't welded every hole down there. I've only tacked about 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But it's on there tight enough. We can start mocking stuff up. Once we bang in this corner right here, and we know we can get that tail light in there, then we can put everything on. Even put the urethane bumper piece back on.
Yeah.
Make sure it all lines up with the tail lights installed. Shut the tailgate.
See how it
Check
looks.
all the gaps. Yeah, see how it works.
That's cool.
This is working out, buddy.
Yeah, it is. Dang.
All right. What do you think, bud? It's been a good day?
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, not too bad. For a couple guys that don't know what they're doing, this didn't turn out too bad. It's not fully welded in yet, but it's tacked in enough that we can mock up all the parts and make sure it fits. And if it does, we'll finish welding it in. And by golly, we'll be ready to move to the front.
Yeah.
Yeah! I'm gonna try to finish welding this tonight and take you along. Okay. Whoa, excuse me, I had to burp.
That's disgusting.
As you can see, I've already started to mock up the back tail panel here and have already figured one thing out that I'm going to have to change. It looks pretty good on the surface, but I couldn't quite get this side to meet up all the way up to the body panel the way I wanted to. I didn't realize right here, the urethane body panel is is rubbing up against it as well, so I'm gonna have to clearance that even more. I think what I'm gonna do is just take the grinder and put some slot cuts in there. It's even more evident over here. I can't push that any closer right there. You see that gap? It's because it's rubbing right there. This is that part that sticks out. So I'm gonna make some slits in this, bend that back flat. I've gotta make a patch panel for that anyway, so that's what I gotta do next. Well, it already looks better. Did a quick test fit of a tail light here. There's a slight gap right there. It's because I can't bring this side in any further because this section right here needs to be ground back just a little bit further, and that bend needs to be further back than where I've cut. And then that should give me the clearance for this little side marker light that's hitting right now.
A few moments later.
Man, it's so close. What's happening is this little edge all the way up top there is hitting, and I've only got like another 1/8 of an inch to go, so I just need to bend this back a little bit higher up, and then I am good to go. Details, details.
20 minutes later.
Oh man, this is turning out to be more work than I thought it was going to be. Daggone it, if I still don't have a little bit of rubbing here. As you can tell, I took a paint pen and I marked where I really need to dent that in, so I'm gonna keep working on it.
6.5 hours later.
Well, we are making progress. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I've just got one slight adjustment to make. See this gap right here? That is sticking out way too far. And the reason it's sticking out too far is because this is supposed to slide down like almost another 1/2 inch there. So as this thing lowers down, this moves inward, and it won't be sticking out nearly as much. So I've got to cut those spot welds out and push this thing down with some pressure, slide it down, and tack it in. I'm gonna have to wait till I get some help to do that because it's just too many hands to be able to try to do that. But anyway, man, does that look good or what? In the end, while it was exciting to see the rear of the car come together, I had to stop there because I needed an extra set of hands to help re-weld that hatchback. And there were so many hours spent trying to tweak the metal and position everything into place that I just didn't want to bore you with all the details, and I left a lot edited out. In the next episode, Nathaniel and I pick up where we left off and really hit the ground running, and we think you'll like what you see next. Okay, that's it for this episode. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, tell your friends about our little channel here, and as always, please subscribe. And we will see you next time.
1, 2.